I'm going to welcome Siobhan on stage. I'd like to also say that she's going to be filmed as well, but it's only for her own purpose, I think. And by Siobhan, if you'd like to come on stage, and I believe you have something like 45 seconds and to explain us.
Thank you. Can I just invite the top table to sit in the audience, please? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. As Sebastian said, this project is from the Interpretive Reading Manual. And when I was preparing for this project, I had to first and foremost find a famous speech to interpret. Now, I have books of famous speeches at home, but just for the laugh, I decided that I'd Google the greatest speech ever. Now, I was surprised. I really didn't expect something to come up, but I was surprised to find a speech come up as the greatest speech ever. And I was even more surprised when I saw who it was delivered by. A childhood hero of mine, Charlie Chaplin. I knew Charlie Chaplin growing up as a silent comic, and I associate him not with speech of any kind, and certainly not with an ebullient speech, and certainly not with the greatest speech ever. So I decided I had to take a closer look at this. Now, there were many things that I noticed about this speech that really caught my attention, and I'm sure there would be many things, maybe different things, that would catch your attention. But one thing in particular was, how could a speech that was written for a movie and delivered in a movie in 1940 still be relevant today, 74 years on? So I let you make up your own mind about that. For the purpose of this presentation tonight, this is like stars in your eyes. You are no longer Toastmasters. You're going to get into role now as well. Each of you, in fact, you're a soldier. And you're waiting with anticipation for your leader to hear wise words, to hear words of guidance and leadership from your emperor. However, what you don't really know is that the person you think is your emperor is really only a barber who's been mistaken as your emperor.
Speak.
I can't.
You must. It's our only hope. Please welcome the dictator of Tarmania, the conqueror of Ostavich, the future emperor of the world.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone, if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there is room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The airplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in man, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children. Victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of man will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And for as long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel. Who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men, with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate. The unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man. Not one man, nor one group of men, but in all men. In you. You, the people, have the power to create happiness, the power to create machines. You, the people, have the power to make this life a wonderful adventure, the power to make this life free and easy. Then, in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future, and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now, let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead the way to all men's happiness. In the name of democracy, let us all unite. Hannah, can you hear me? Wherever you are, Hannah, look up. The clouds are lifting. The sun is breaking through. Mr. Toastmaster.
Wow, thank you, Siobhan. For a moment I thought you were in Star Wars.